there, it's Kevin with GatheringMagic.com with match number 2 with the Weapons Trainer 2.0. Yes, we'd like to play first. This is keepable. I don't really want to use my white right off the bat, so I think that I'll go with Inventor's Apprentice. No, we'll use the Toolcrafter. Still seems like the better play. Our opponent does mulligan, so we'll go Hub into Toolcraft. And then pass the turn. There's no point to throwing at the Bonesaw quite yet. We will put it out next turn so that the Toolcraft Exemplar can get. Alright, so an instant Neonaut. And this way we can Inventor's Apprentice. And then Bonesaw. And then equip the Bonesaw to the Toolcraft. And this should just get in there for 4 on turn 2. So see, a Prize Amalgam does hit the bin off of the Neonate. So next turn we actually do have a Reckless Bushwhacker into an Inventor's Apprentice, and there's just a Smuggler's Copter. I still think that's the best line of play. And we need to stop drawing lands. But this is a lot of damage on turn 3. And hopefully we can continue to apply pressure. But we're going to start to, I mean, look at that. That's 13 damage on turn 3. Our opponent's best case scenario is just to play a card. No, he has nothing. And I think I'll equip over. Because I want to spread out the damage. I'm trying to think what my opponent could have done. It could have killed one of them. Yeah, because equipping over puts the damage. I think Unlicensed Disintegration was in our opponent's hand, and so it's going to kill off the Toolcraft Exemplar, and then go to 1. But switching over the Bonesaw over to Reckless Bushwhacker still hits in for lethal. So, wow, this deck is fast. Very, very fast. I think Lantern Scout, Declaration of Stone is coming in, so is Stasis Snares. Fragmentize can come in versus... Fragmentize is kind of weird. Like, it takes care of Chopper. I'm not too certain that I care that much about the Chopper. I think the Acolyte's going to come out in a lot of these matchups where I need to bring in some sort of removal. So I need to assess whether is Lantern Scout better just to gain some life. I think that maybe the First Strike ally is actually pretty decent in this. In the old Weapons Trainer, we did have the 2-mana 2/2 ally that gave things First Strike. And I think that still might be a decent answer. Harness Lightning can also take care. I think Harness Lightning's more... is better abled to take care of the Chopper, if we care about the Chopper. The deck is a bit slow, the Red-Black Madness. I mean, they really need to dig and find the Prize Amalgams as quickly as possible. So the Harness Lightning also is better than... Yeah, I think this is fine. Then Fragmentize for taking care of Prize Amalgams, but usually you don't want to take care of Prize Amalgams. I don't think I can keep this hand. We could Inventor's Goggles. Yeah, we have to ship this back. And much better. Give us the exact same hand, except for... I think we'll put that on top. So Ruins Revealing's a Crypt Breaker. And that is a card that can be a problem. as he will have the mana to activate the Crypt Breaker. So I have to evaluate whether it's just better to cast a Stonehaven than pass the turn. And then, well, Inventor's Goggles would have been nice a turn ago. I think this is the right play. I think we're going to Expedition Envoy. He still loses a card, though, or a zombie token that we eventually have to bust through. So I think it's worth it. I think that I can't wait until the zombie horde. And it does have the prize amalgam. That's exactly what the deck wants in hand. But we do trade, a card. And then next turn, I would like to draw into we can put the Stonehaven. The Stonehaven Outfitter can be equipped to the Adventurer's Goggles. So, the worst case scenario is a Haunted Spirit in his, or Haunted Dead in his hand, and then it can discard it, block the Expedition. But we're still in pretty good shape. Another Stasis Snare. It's going to be good. Yeah, and I'll make a trade with the 0. I'll keep the Bonesaw in hand because I don't think it's kind of pointless just to see if he decides to make this trade as well. No, he's going to let it go through. No, not let it. Blocker was already declared. Yes. So and it was a Smoldering Marsh. Stonehaven, I mean, he's going to look for a double block, possibly. But the Bonesaw can come out next turn equipped to the Expedition. So he Fiery Tempers off the Expedition. I think he'd want to use that instant speed. Crypt Breaker is going to be great card advantage. It's definitely the most powerful card in the deck, if they can, especially getting it out turn 1. But we really don't have many dead draws. Any old land can get us a Stasis Snare. He's gonna Collective Brutality. Just a Collective Brutality, so he didn't escalate. Which I guess is okay. But this is a huge opening if I can Stasis Snare off that Crypt Breaker. And that does happen. But he does have the Lightning Axe. But the Pariah just has to bite the dust. And I do get a card off of the Stonehaven Outfitter. Smuggler's Copter's okay, but now I can just Stasis Snare the zombie. And we do get the planes for that. This seems like a pretty bad trade. It actually might be a pretty bad trade to allow our opponent to come back in this. Yeah, I'm going to take the zombie token. Just because it forces him to crew with a card that he has to top deck. We've taken care of. And that was a great draw with the Outfitter. Attack in with the Apprentice. And our opponent goes down to a 13. And then we are going to switch over the Bone Saw. So our opponent's stuck with 3 cards in hand. Had to get rid of the Pariah and could cast the prize. So I think that was a real desperation. Cathartic Green, another prize, got to bite it, which is really good news for us. He gets a Crypt Breaker that can crew on the Smuggler's Copter. But at that point, would have to make a trade with the Smuggler's Copter. And I think I'm okay with that. Yeah, because I get in the damage. He does get to loot another card, which is just a swamp. I mean, he's missed land drops, so means there's probably another land in hand. We get to draw a card off of that, and the Pia Nalaar is actually pretty solid. I will equip over the Inventor's Goggles. And equip the Thopter, because that diversifies our damage. And just keep the Plains in hand just in case there's a Collective Brutality that wants to be used. So this makes those zombie tokens are not nearly as powerful. The Smuggler's Copter is annoying, but I can sacrifice an artifact. Needle Spires is good. So I think that we will just equip back over the Bone Saw to the Apprentice. Attack with a Thopter, and that way we can kill the Thopter if there's a crew. There is no crew, so zombie comes out. Is the zombie going to crew? So let's see here. So sacrifice an artifact. Target creature can't block this turn, or get him down to a 2. Think it's worthwhile to actually only have to sacrifice 1, or go for 1. That way he goes down to a 3. So utilizing the Crypt Breakers are going to be not nearly as potent. If he crews the Smuggler's Copter, that really is a huge Hail Mary. We do have this Needle Spires also that can swing in next turn. Thought about putting Incendiary Flows, especially for this matchup. I mean, it's good versus everything but the Copter. Really good versus Prized Amalgams. Not that great versus Pariahs. I mean, I do like this matchup because we have Stasis Snares and Harness Linings that are actually pretty good for the Pariahs. I think that now seeing his sideboard plan running a ton of Pariahs, this is definitely... He's going to... Wow. Well, there's the third Pariah. And that's why he decides to cast it, because the Pariah is now going to sacrifice all three of them. So I wonder when it's going to take place. He's got a decision to make, because if he's going to utilize the Pariah, give me another draw to take care of it. Yeah, I agree with that. But now 2 Crypt Breakers and 3 Pariahs have been taken care of. Let's see what we can draw into. Apprentice is actually pretty good. But I think we're going to forego. And make him block the Needle Spires. Okay, so the board is pretty much clean. Amalgam still can come back. Surprised he actually played a land there. I think you need to keep it up for like Cathartic Reunions. The Apprentice will hook both of these up and then just pass the turn. So now our opponent now has to find another answer. In the form of possibly Unlicensed Disintegration can work. And did not find another way. Didn't ever reanimate any prize amalgams, but that was a pretty powerful start with all the Pariahs. We'll go on to the next match. So far we're 2-0. This has been Kevin with GatheringMatches.com. Thanks for watching.